get those bets in the primetime game. That's what we do here on the drive-thru, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is Denver Live Free Sports Picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and at Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show with us here for today. All right, let's go over to the screen here and bring him in. For today, we have Brian Bitler with us today. We got Jovan Burts, Brad Francis, Rod Zawacky, Jay Briggs, and David Racey. And here's how they'll line up for this evening. We've got Bitler, Racey, Briggs, Francis, Burts, Zawacky. Then I close this one out. All right. NBA on the board tonight, Monday Night Football. We've seen a big line move on that Philadelphia Eagles game. Keep an eye on that weather. It looks like 85% chance of rain at the Seahawks and the Eagles tonight. Some college hoops on the board. Some of the mid-major, lower mid-majors as well on the board side. Hockey as well. We just had a firing of the coach just minutes ago for the Senators. So that's the third one down so far in the NHL. All right, let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Brian Bitler. Always starts off the week with us, bookends the show Mondays and Fridays, opens the show for us here on this week. Let's bring him in right now. Brian, what's happening?
And I'll tell you who needs to get fired is that Old Dominion coach. They had 4 cracks from the 1-yard line in overtime, couldn't get it in and got the field goal blocked. But, that happens. On to a different game.
Yeah, that happens. If you had ODU, boy, that's just oh my goodness, you're in the ICU after watching ODU play. I mean, that's usually what happens there. All right, Brian, we're going to be looking at the Knicks-Lakers late night game. This line's kind of moved around. We've seen 4s, we've seen 5s, we see this one now move up to 5. A lot of question marks here on the Lakers side as usual. Who's playing, who's not. You got to keep an eye open on this one. I'm just trying to see what we have on the latest number here. In this one, we've got Knicks. There are 4s. Most of the places have 4s. There is 5. The sharpest book in the world now has 5. So they're on by themselves. Total sits 234.5.
I'm thinking with that 5, I guess both Davis and LeBron definitely 100% to play today. But for me, this is my best free pick on Monday, the Knicks against LA Lakers. I think we're going to take the points here, or I'm going to take the points here with the New York Knicks. Fading the Lakers team over the years has made me a ton of money. This year, not as much so as they've been okay ATS-wise. But since winning that tournament, I think they've fallen a little bit back to their usual non-covering ways, missing the cover in 3 straight games. Knicks have owned the Lakers ATS-wise over the last 10, 7-3 against the number between these two rivals. Lakers off that embarrassing loss to the Spurs. And both Anthony Davis, like I said, and LeBron were questionable, but I believe they're going to play now, seeing this line sticking at 4.5, 5. I think we're going to go with the New York Knicks, take the points, but I think the defensive edge is going to go to the Knicks tonight. I know on paper, as far as statistics go, the Lakers hold the defensive edge, but seeing them give up a ton of points to San Antonio Spurs over the last 2 games, I think the Knicks play a better brand of defense, and I think it's going to be a 1-possession game. I'll take the Knicks plus the 4.5, 5.
All right, Brian says go ahead and take on the Knicks here, plus 4, plus 5. Do your line shopping, sharpest book in the world right now, showing that plus 5 right now. But again, as I said, do your line shopping, get the best numbers. Still question marks here on Davis and Anthony Davis and LeBron James. Of course, the Knicks just Robinson out for tonight, so they're a more healthier team. But the concern here for me with this game is obviously like the Lakers seem to play the better defense at home. They got a few days here to get over that Spurs loss. But again, the New York's play on the road of late has just been atrocious. Go look at their last 5 road games and look how bad the defense is.
They gave up 144 points to the LA Clippers, and that's not playing defense. So I think definitely they heard that in the locker room. Giving up 144 points, that's a ton. That's a ton of points.
Yeah, and that's they've had some struggles on this road trip. Remember, they lost at Utah. I think when you go back even in the trip before, it was real brutal there for some of those games here. So they got to find, like I said, they have a day off in LA to get over that Spurs game. Maybe that's the spot where you buy them, where you get a kind of a buy low spot here with the Knicks.
Buy low, sell high. That's what you do in sports, the betting world. And Utah Jazz actually not a bad home team as far as covering 9-3 against the number are the Utah Jazz. So they kind of sneak under the radar sometimes. It's never easy to go into the Utah and win a game. But as far as the Knicks and Lakers go, I really think that this is going to be a 1-possession game. I think the Lakers pull it out. But if I got 4.5, 5 in my pocket, I could see a backdoor 3 getting me the W.
All right, we got Brian here on, and the Knicks here +4, +5. As I said, do your line shopping, get the best numbers tonight, 10:30 Eastern time. All right, I thought it was NBA TV. I might be mistaken there, but anyway, no television for this game, no national television. So this is maybe let's keep an eye on who's playing in this one tonight. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick.Stream for tonight's action. We do have a big NBA card, 11-game card NBA, a lot of mid-major college hoops. We got hockey on the board still. No bowl games already off the board tonight. NFL game, Philly, Brian, in the Philadelphia area, Philadelphia and Seattle. Good results here from Brian over the last 30 days. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you, 16 of the last 20 days have been winning days for me. I'm off a 6-2 weekend, and my Titanium play 15-5 over the last 20. That's a 75% hit rate. My Titanium's in the NFL Monday Night Football game. Head on over to pickdogs.com. Get that play for just $25, or you can get it as part of my Monday Money Shot 3-pack. Nothing like a money shot on a Monday. You can get my NFL Best Bet, college basketball, and NBA Best Bet all for $50 at pickdogs.com. It's going to continue on streaking throughout the week.
That's right, guys. Got a vote with Brian Bitler over at Pick.Stream. Great results here the last 3 days. Remember that 1 month pass gets you remainder of the bowl season, including championship game. We get into the wild card round of the NFL playoffs now with that 1 month pass. All your NBA, all your college hoops, all the NHL. Remember, we get deep about 2.5 weeks of that conference season. Really tips off really around the 29th weekend, New Year's weekend there. We get back to conference play in college hoops. So lots of great time to get up over with Brian. 1 month pass. You guys, that's a great value right now with all these sports overlapping. All right, Brian, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again on Friday, but let everybody know here we've seen your video series up over at Pick Dogs.
And make sure everybody tunes in every day for sharp betting predictions. Try to get 2 plays that I really like as far as the free picks go that didn't hit my regular premium list. Also gonna lots of shows coming up during the week, and I'll see everybody on the weekend. So definitely looking forward to this bowl week and holiday week for sure.
That's right, guys. Check out Brian Bitler here with the video series. Catch him on the weekends here on the Drive-Thru Monday, Fridays. All right, Brian, have a great night, and we'll catch up with you again on Friday.
Thanks for having me, Tony. I'll catch you at the end of the week.
Catch you at the end of the week. Brian Bitler here on the Drive-Thru. Let's continue here on the show. Let's go ahead and bring in David Racey. You'll catch him over at Pick.Stream, also a written contributor on the site. We'll talk about that a little later in the segment. We'll get David here ready to go from the Detroit area. Good news with that. Those Lions really got the job done for you.
Yeah, they did, and they didn't really have any issues. I'm used to, those tough games where the defense is just letting them back in it. But yeah, they had no issues. Now we're 1 game away from clinching the division, which is a good thing. So yeah, we just don't think of the Pistons at all. Just focus on the Lions, and everything will be all right.
Yeah, just focus on the Lions. Hopefully, they get deep enough until spring training starts. That's what you're kind of hoping for. That might help you a little bit there. And of course, Porta Gibbs showing the promise there. You get Goff in that controlled environment. A little different. I was worried that Bear game because when you kind of look at the game, the weather, that was the first really cold game for Goff outdoors.
Yeah, him outside, even like if you remember that Baltimore game a few months back, the weather, it was windy, but it wasn't too cold, and he played horrible in that one too. So getting him inside is crucial. I'm interested to see how they do against the Cowboys here in 2 weeks because that's inside against a really good team. So it'll be cool to see how we stack up against them.
Yeah, that should be a good one. Maybe some scoring there. We'll see. The way the points scored there by Cowboys there. If that's a home game for Dallas, I didn't even look at the schedule, but
yeah, it is. Yeah,
it is. Okay, yeah. If it's a home game, I could just imagine that total 51, 52 opener. You would think it's going to be pretty high there. It might even go over. But tonight we're going to the ice. Canadians and Jets going head to head here. We see the Jets favored here, 241 total of 6.
Yeah, Montreal comes into this one. They've lost 5 out of their last 8 games, while Winnipeg has won 6 of their last 7. And Winnipeg right now is one of the hottest teams in the NHL. They're 9-5-1 at home this season, and they're 6-2 in their last 8 home games, with 4 of those wins coming by at least 2 goals. So I like Winnipeg here, minus the 1.5. And, Montreal has just been inconsistent this season. But like I said, they've lost 5 out of their last 8 games. They're only scoring 2.7 goals per game this season, and they're going up against a really strong defense for Winnipeg. Winnipeg is only allowing 2.59 goals against per game, and the Jets have the goaltending advantage as Connor Hellebuck is off to another great start this season. Jake Allen for the Canadians has not been as good. He's allowed at least 4 goals in 3 of his last 4 starts. So I think this is a recipe for Winnipeg to jump on Montreal early here, and I like the Jets on the puck line.
Second game of the homestand here for the Jets here with rest here. Jets puck line plus 102 against the Canadians team that has been really been struggling to get the puck in the net. But I'll tell you one thing about these Jets team. They were in a back-to-back in LA against the hot Kings team. Yeah, the Kings were, I guess you could say, a tough spot, first home game after a long road trip. But man, they got the job done there against LA.
Yeah, they did, and they did it very nicely. They won by, I think, 3 goals, and they followed it up with a great win against the Avalanche at home. So this Jets team, is for real, at least right now. They're known to be a little bit inconsistent as well, but they're playing great right now. And as long as that defense keeps it up and Hellebuck's playing at the level he's playing at, the offense doesn't have to be great. They just have to be pretty average, and they'll be all right.
All right, well, here we go with David here. The Jets puck line lay the not plus 1 to lay the minus 1.5 goals, minus 102 against the Canadians. This one tonight, 7:30 Eastern time. All right, David, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Hockey on the board tonight. We also have a big card here from the NBA. We do have some college hoops on the board tonight, some smaller conferences in action today. Actually, we do have a Michigan State in action. There are some small conferences, there's big conferences. This is what you do when you get December, mid-December college basketball. You get a lot of these types of matchups as well. That NFL game on the board as well. Look at David doing fantastic work in the NHL, approaching 1,500 units of profit. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, tonight I have 3 NHL plays packaged all together in an NHL 3-pack. I also have 2 of them sold individually, and then I also have 1 college basketball premium play as well. I had Western Kentucky this afternoon, and that was a miracle. I will take it. So started the day off 1-0. But like you said, it's been a great start in the NHL season, so head on over to Pick Dogs Premium. Join me for the day, or if you're looking for better value, join me long term. So, it's looking to stay strong in hockey, and like I said, I'm grateful for the Western Kentucky miracle today.
Yeah, miracle there from Western Kentucky, down 21-zip after the first quarter. Incredible there. David Racey, great results in hockey. Get on board. You guys, these long-term passes, the best way to go here with all these sports overlapping. You can get that 7-day pass cover you for the. Remember, we got NFL here. Monday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We got a triple header on Monday. So lots going on here. And don't forget the bowl games in there, NBA. Great time to get those long-term passes. Pick as a promo code. Save that 15% off. All right, David, as always, great having you show. To that success, we'll catch up with you again next week. But let everybody know, actually, we'll catch you in a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks, right? It's Christmas and New Year's Day, so it'll be a while before I talk to Dave again. But anyway, let everybody know about your written work over at the sites.
Yep, I'm one of the free pick article writers over at PickDogs and SportsChatPlace.com. So essentially every single sporting event we have an article on. Sports Chat just has the major college basketball games. Pick Dogs has every single college basketball game. So head on over to the sites. On the top bar, there's a free pick tab. You click on that. Click on the sports you're looking for. You can get a free pick, lots of good data, trends, and all that. So head on over to the sites and check it out. All
right, check out Pick Dogs Premium. Check out Sports Chat. Find David's written work there. All right, Dave, have yourself a great night. Have a great Christmas and New Year's, and we'll catch up with you next year.
All right, I appreciate it, Tony. You too. Thank you.
You got a David Racey here on the drive-thru. Let's continue here on the show. Up next, let's go ahead and welcome in Jay Briggs. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Jay in right now. We'll get his thoughts here about his team. Right, had a little setback yesterday, but to me, it wasn't nothing. I'm not really stressed too much about the Cowboys over it. It was a tough spot. Yeah, someone to go into Buffalo from the NFC and win a December game in that Buffalo weather. We kind of hinted on it, Jay, when we talked last week. Jay, what's happening?
Tony T, what's happening? Hey, when the refs come out and make 3 judgment calls and extend 3 drives early, and you're already, like you said, a road team in a tough spot, you're not winning that football game. There were some real questionable calls that went Buffalo's way early in that game that swung the momentum. And in football, that's really all you need sometimes. I know we got beat. We got beat yesterday. We definitely got beat, but hey, there's some calls that won't go that same direction moving forward.
No, I don't think so. Especially as we get into deeper into the season, we get into the postseason. I think they kind of button some of those things up. But tonight we're going to be looking at this one between the Hornets and the Raptors going head to head in this one. Of course, the Hornets is a team that they've had their moments at home, but on the road it hasn't been too good. Raptors, you know what they are. When they started the season, you think this team was just going to be defense. Then they start running like crazy, and then the defense goes whack. But anyway, we got Raptors 12.5, total 224.
Short, sweet, simple. I'm on the Hornets here. It probably should have been a premium. It probably should have. And it's really not that complicated. We're not laying 12.5 points with the Toronto Raptors. Can't do it, won't do it. I really don't even understand how the books got here. The Raptors, they're not a lay 12.5 point type team. This is a team that's lost 4 of their last 5. This is a team that just recently lost to the team they're laying 12.5 points on. The Hornets beat them just a couple days ago, 10 days ago in Charlotte. Yes, we are in Toronto, where Toronto plays its best basketball, but we just saw Toronto get their doors blown off by Atlanta, the worst ATS team in the NBA. They came into Toronto. I know it was on a back end of a back-to-back and a revenge spot, but a 20-point loss in your home gym to the Hawks? Now you want me to turn around the very next game and lay 12.5? Can't do it. Won't do it. Not even overcomplicating this. And I'm on Charlotte here. I will say they are down Miles Bridges. He was not able to travel into Canada. Canada denied his access because of his felony charge that he has still pending with the U.S. government. But, so they're down him. And, of course, we already know the injuries they already have. But I think when it's all said and done, they compete in this game and probably lose by like 5-6 points in the end.
All right, there we go with Jay here on the Hornets here, plus the 12.5 here against the Raptors. The Raptors team that, as I said, just played really bad defense. I mean, you look at, I think they're giving up 52% shooting over their past 5 games, 26 in defensive efficiency here over the past 5, 124 points per 100 possessions. It's tough to lay double digits when you are a bad defensive team because, and also too, it's not out of the realm of possibility that if you want to sprinkle a money line, and that's because when you're bad defensively and your offense isn't working, you could lose the game.
Hey, I need people to understand that these double-digit dogs probably lose more often than people would think. And, hey, we're here to gamble. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that's what we're doing. And you got to take your shots every now and then. And these are the situations where I think the stars align to where a double-digit dog like the Raptors, who've lost 7 of their last 9, hey, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot trying to take the Hornets money line, get the plus money.
The key is these big favorites who are bad defensively or on a bad defensive run like the Raptors. They're not defending. So when you're not defending and you're playing horrible defense, you put the pressure on your offense to outscore. And on some nights in the NBA, the good teams, when they're not hitting their shots, they're winning games because of their defense. Here you have you don't have that safety net with the defense bailing you out on a cold shooting night.
Correct. And like sometimes these bad teams in the NBA can get hot from the 3-point line and propel themselves to keep a game competitive or win a game that they had no business on a normal night of doing. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the Hornets' case tonight in Toronto.
Yeah, because you got Terry Rozier, he brings offense. PJ Washington is somebody who's been coming off the bench, but he's elevated now into the lineup. Of course, you're watching this Raptors team on film, and you're looking at the Hornets on film, watching the Raptors, how horrible their defense is. And now you're thinking, hey, this is a game I can accumulate some stats, maybe move myself in the rotation, and also too try to help out for my next contract.
All of the above. Like you said earlier in the season, the Raptors were better defensively, but here recently, it's falling away at the seams. And the Raptors are not a late 12.5 point type team. I wouldn't feel comfortable laying this number with the Raptors on the Wizards or the Pistons, let alone the Hornets. Just can't do it, and I won't do it. So I'm leaning in the direction of Charlotte Hornets in this one.
Yeah, we just saw the Wizards beat the Pacers, right? And as a home dog, they were home dog in that game, and they were a 300 home dog, and that was the one I isolated. Hey, this is a spot where you got a team that can't defend. They have a cold shooting night. And the offense, the opponent sees the bad defense on film. Say, hey man, I'm going to tie up some stats. And what happens? Washington as a plus 300 dog wins.
It happens. That's what I'm saying. It happens more often than people may think in the NBA. There's two of those that I kind of like here. We were kind of hinting at it before the show.
Yeah, we were. All right, Jay here on the Hornets here, plus the 12.5 here against the Raptors. This one will have a start time here tonight, 7:30 Eastern time. And I think, Jay, we got a Texas team in action tomorrow, right? UTSA team.
Yes,
Love
sir.
With
They
these
are.
guys. they're laying 12. They're laying 12 tomorrow.
I'm gonna be 1,000% honest with you guys. I haven't done my homework completely on this game yet to find out who in the transfer, like if anybody's in the transfer portal on these two teams. And I have to go do that. But if Frank Harris and UTSA is a team where I don't necessarily expect a lot of people to be transferring out. Like this is a proud program that's getting better year by year. I kind of understand why they're this big of favorites here. Is basically all I'm saying. I still got to go and do the research, but as of right now, early lean, I am leaning in the direction of UTSA.
Yeah, and this is again an isolated game. This is the only bowl game. It's probably pretty sure ESPN. So Frank Harris, if you're trying to make a run for an NFL roster, this is the shot. This is the time to prove yourself here in this bowl game. We'll see how that rolls here tomorrow. 9 Eastern time start time tomorrow here. 3 o'clock Eastern.
What's that one called? The Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl? Is that here?
That's Frisco, Texas. Yeah, it's over there, Jay. You can go see your guys. We can get it.
I can low-key go to that. That's like Frisco's like 20 minutes up the road.
Yeah, tickets probably started at $5. I would think.
We'll see.
They would probably. Matter of fact, let's see. I don't know. This game may be off the board by the time we start the show tomorrow. I think it's 6 Eastern time. Or let me see what it says here. If it's a late night game, we'll see what time it starts.
Which one? This one? It's 8 o'clock. My time.
Okay, yeah, so it'll be in action tomorrow. So we'll talk a little bit about it tomorrow. We may have someone on it tomorrow. So we'll have that bowl game in prime time tomorrow. But Jay here, Hornets plus the 12.5 here against the Raptors tonight, 7:30 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. Of course, we do have NBA on the board. Jay's having a great NBA season this year. 11-game card in the NBA. We do have college hoops up there. That one NFL game, Eagles and the Seahawks heading up. We have you'll get some action from Jay on the ice on occasion. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I got a lot of NBA going on tonight. I got 6 plays total over at the site. I'm really loving tonight's NBA action. I got a mega pack, 5 plays. You guys can scoop those up over there. If you want all 6, you got to be long term, or you can get my NBA play of the day. Over at Pick Dogs Premium, having a really solid season. I call a spade a spade. We're having a really, really good season up until last week. Last week was my worst week in the NBA thus far this season. Looking to avenge that bounce back week for me in the NBA. Still up damn near 1,000 units, so that's how you know it's been a solid year. Looking to bounce back. Jump on with me and let's kick the crap out of the books betting the NBA this week.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results here from the NBA, guys. The long-term passes, man, that 1-month pass will get you all of Jay's plays here for NBA college hoops for that period of time. The rest of the bowl season, including the championship game, and of course, NFL into the wild card round of the playoffs. Right, that takes you into January 17th. So we're already in the playoff action there.
Tony, the NFL just started last week.
I know, and here we go, already talking. Here, we're getting some images now from Seattle. Don't see any rain yet. They are going through their pregame warm-ups, 2 hours from kickoff times. Don't see any rain yet on the field. We can see, boy, our man Pete Carroll, boy, he's got that look on his face like he needs this one. All right, so,
they do need it. They need it.
yeah. He
I don't have
that
a play in
face.
that game tonight, but I will have something for you guys at halftime. Me and Ruffalo should be on at half, so tune in with me and him later on.
That's right, guys. A lot going on over at Pick Dogs. Jay has his NFL rundown, NBA rundown, live shows as well. So catch him over at halftime, right? Also your all access, right? We got to remember about that all access as well.
Yes, my all access is for my big bettors out there betting the NBA. You can text the number 775-636-7674. 9 times out of 10 is going to be my guy Costi, who's going to hook up with you. And all we're doing, I'm taking my favorite NBA plays daily, and I'm putting them in a rating system. And you can make a lot of money in the rating system. The guys that have been in the All Access Club from the start, they're still up humongous. Last week, like I said, it wasn't the best week. Looking to bounce back, but still having a really solid NBA season. Looking to close the year out strong.
Close the year out strong indeed with Jay Briggs. Get on board with Jay's All Access. Get on board, make that call, make the text. All right, Jay, as always, great having the show. Have a great night. We'll catch you at halftime. Keep those notifications up. So Jay and Chris with those halftime picks.
Yes, sir. Me and Ruffalo at halftime. Mitch will be back soon. A little under the weather. He'll be back soon. That's what we got going on. So you can catch me and Ruffalo tonight. Should be a good one. I'm kind of excited for this game. I don't have a play officially, Seattle Eagles, because I was worried about the quarterback situations for both teams. But Hurts is in there. We shall see. My fantasy league coming down to the wire. Hey, we'll see. Tonight's night.
Yeah, tonight's the night. Yeah, some of this action coming down for the playoffs. All right, Jake. Have a great night. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
See you later, Tony T.
You got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive, dude. Let's continue on. Next, we've got, let's see here. The reports here says Brad Francis, right? So Brad will be next. You catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. We'll bring Brad in right now. NBA coverage from Brad. I think we'll get him in just a second here. Get my board. We need to get the boards ready for Brad. Action from the NBA. Let's see. We got him right here. I think I just passed Brad right here a second ago. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? How we doing today?
Doing great tonight. All right, here we go. NBA tonight featuring the Clippers and the Pacers. Lots of injury news coming here off the wire on this one. We can probably now confirm some players. So we got the Clippers favorite on the road, 3.5 total, 251.5.
Yeah, and I'm gonna take the Clippers minus the 4 here. You know, this isn't a spot I typically wouldn't take the Clippers, but I mean these teams are just headed in different directions. Clippers, they're hot right now. Won 7 games in a row, and I've covered in 5 of their last 6. Since the in-season tournament, the Pacers have really come down to earth. You know, they were one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference, but they just haven't looked good as of late. They're 1-3 since the season tournament ended, and their only win was against the Pistons, which, Tony, at this point, I don't really count that, man. In that span, I know you talked about it with Jay. They took a loss to the god-awful Wizards by 14. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that? And yeah, you know, Halliburton. Last time I checked, he is questionable for this one.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and clean up the injury list. We can now confirm Nembhard, Smith, Turner out for Indiana, Halliburton in, Devontae Highland, Plumlee out for the Clippers.
Okay, gotcha. Sounds good. So Halliburton isn't playing?
It is playing. Turner
gotcha.
is out.
Yeah.
The center Turner is out.
Okay, gotcha. And yeah, I mean, even with Halliburton playing, I would assume he's not going to be 100% for this one. You know, the Clippers, they played the Pacers well in the past as well. They've won 6 of their last 8 games when they played the Pacers. And, you know, they've been playing Kawhi a little more. He's been getting more minutes, and he's been playing well in this nice stretch they had. So, you know, I expect, the Clippers come in here. You know, the Pacers don't play good defense. The Clippers are hot right now. I think they come in here and get a win here and get the cover. You know, the Pacers are going to have to prove to me that they are that team that they were before the in-season tournament, and this is kind of just a momentum thing for me right now. So loving the Clippers in the spot.
All right, we have Brad here on the Clippers laying the 3 here against the Pacers. Yeah, we have seen some of the shooting numbers a little cool off a little bit here for this Pacers team. Of course, the Clippers, boy, they had a really good homestand. Looks like they're getting everyone together here with Kawhi, Harden, George. These players seem to be gelling right now. The question is can they take that great form they had and take it here on the road in this road spot? Will they get caught up in that fast pace, all offense, no defense? Interesting to see the style of play the Clippers bring on the court today.
Exactly. Yeah, these teams definitely play different styles of basketball. And yeah, I believe the Clippers are going on a 3-game road trip, something like that. So this is the first game of the road trip. And these big road trips, you know, it's good to get that first one out of the way with the win because it's not going to get easier from here. So I think they're going to come in with that mindset. And I don't think they're going to play, the style of ball that the Pacers are going to want to play. They're going to control the pace, actually play some defense, and force the Pacers to score on this defense. So, yeah, it should be interesting when it comes to the style of the way these teams play, but I'm going to still lean the Clippers here.
All right, Brad here on the Clippers. Harden kind of keep up on this pace. Then now you see the Clippers laying 3 here. In this one tonight here, 7 Eastern time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, we do have big NBA card tonight. 11-game card, NBA, NFL, college hoops, hockey on the board. Brad has been firing big numbers in the NBA this year. What do you have going over at Pick Dog Streaming?
Yes, sir. Yep. Got a 3-pack just for today. It's my best play in the NBA as well as my 2 favorite college basketball games. When it comes to, this year of sports, the basketball has been my best sport, both in the NBA and college basketball. So I'm feeling really good about my 3-pack tonight. And, yeah, it's a great day to hop on something long-term. I would do a 7-day personally. We're going to have a big weekend of sports coming up this weekend. And, I'm ready to get some wins all throughout the week as well. So go check that out too.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Brad Francis over at Pick Dog Stream. Take a look at these numbers. You can see them here in the NBA. Brad has just been on absolute fire in the NBA. 919 units of profit. Also, all sports combined has been fantastic work here the last 30 days. So no better time than right now to get on board with Brad Francis over at Pick Dog Stream. Get those long-term passes. That'll serve you well. Promo code PICK at checkout. That's going to save you 15% off. Now, we do have multi-capper promotions. You can go ahead and add another capper or two and save even more money when you do that. Get on board with Brad Francis on your multi-capper purpose. Last 30 days, last 7 days, yesterday showing great profit as well. Brad, as always, great having your show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But also, too, let everybody know we can catch your video series up here with your parlays.
Yes, sir. Yep. Still doing the parlay videos 365 days a year. So go to Pit Dog's YouTube. You'll see my face pop up. I've been loving doing the parlay videos, and I appreciate all the people who watch those. So would love to get some new viewers on those each and every day.
Absolutely, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so when Brad's videos drop, you get them right away, get the best numbers. All right, Brad, have a great night. We'll catch up with you soon.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good one.
As well. Brad Francis here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on, guys. If you ever miss a pick here on the show, we always recap at the end. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We'll bring in Jovan Burts. You'll catch him over at Pick Dog Streaming. Bring in Jovan right now. We're set to go with Jovan Burts. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go. Over to the NBA tonight here with the Grizzlies Thunder going head-to-head. We see the Thunder laying 10.5, total 229.5.
Yeah, and I'm laying the lumber in this one, man. I'm on the Thunder. It's just one of those things where, you have a Grizzlies team, losers of their last 4, and they haven't covered a damn thing, in that time span. And, you're at home, you're the Thunder. You want to beat up on this Grizzlies team who still has John Moran out. He's coming back on the 23rd. And there's only a couple games left to fade these boys, you could still fade him while John Morant's there, but, it just gets a little bit tougher. And, all you have over there is Desmond Bane jacking up a lot of shots and Jackson Jr. Jacking up a lot of shots. The other guys, man, they're really non-factors. You know what I mean? So I think this is a pound-them-out spot for the Thunder. I don't like laying a lot of points with them. It takes a little used to, but when they're at home, they usually get the job done. They're 16-8, both straight up and against the spread. And, you're dealing with the 30th ranked scoring offense in the association in the Grizzlies. So I think it's going to be a whole lot to a whole little in this one.
All right, Siobhan here on the Thunder. Lay the 10.5 here against the Grizzlies. Yeah, this is a Grizzlies team. We got Morant coming back, but again, they counted on Marcus Smart. He's been out. Kennard's one of those three-point shooters that can help you off the bench. He's been out. Clark, and it has been a lot of injuries on this Memphis side. And one thing to note here with this OKC team, they're coming in clean. No injuries reported.
Yeah, absolutely. No injuries. Got a full rotation so they can set their starting lineups, their second units, and all that good stuff. Whereas the Grizzlies, it's not the case. They're some of their main cards, not the main. They still have no John Moran, but I'm saying outside of him, they still have a lot of pieces that's out. You mentioned it, Marcus Smart. He's supposed to be a big acquisition and hasn't really stepped foot on the court. You know what I'm saying? And he's an energy guy. You know what I mean? So Luke Kennard, he can shoot three. And a couple other guys, a couple centers. You know what I'm saying? Clark. And guys like that, and Steven Adams, he was going for the game before the season even started. You know what I'm saying? So this is just the walking wounded.
Well, here's the bench. Here's their bench, and this is, I think, where you're going to see some. This is where you're going to see really maybe the Thunder start to put it away here, late first, early second. Your bench for the Grizzlies: Aldama, Roddy, Konkar, Williams, LaRavia, Lofton. I mean.
Right. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. You have one team that can set their rotation that's, their substitutions, and you have another one there. They're gonna set their substitutions. They're gonna get their guys in and out. But who are they going to? You know what I'm saying? You're going to G leaguers at this point. You know what I'm saying? And these games get really ugly. Once you're digging into your bench. So I think it's going to be
this could be your second quarter could be 38-18. This is where you play the second. I don't know,
right.
Maybe play the second quarter.
Right. And listen, this is what you see in the NBA. At least this year, you see the good teams. The bad teams, they might hang around for a little bit, but then once you get into the end of the first quarter, into the second quarter, you look at the ticker, or if you're watching the game, you're like, oh my God, these guys just went on a 15-0 run. You know what I'm saying? In a span of 3 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So I think that it's going to happen. If it doesn't happen in the first half, it's going to happen in the second half. They're going to pull off in the V and run away and hide.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Look at the Memphis shooting numbers this year. It's just been atrocious. You can't be shooting this bad. It's like the 90s. You can't be shooting 43%. These numbers are just going to get swallowed up in this league right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've seen it with the Grizzlies. Even though they put up a decent fight in some games, other games they just got mollywopped. You know what I mean? So yeah, just like you said, you can't play 90s ball in 2023.
That's right. Although they're just trying to get by with defense, obviously, because they've been hurt with injuries. 43% shooting team right now, averaging 106 points a game. And now with all these injuries, and I just named the bench for you going against a team that's injury free. It could be ugly here. All right, Jovan here, Thunder lay the 10.5 here against the Grizzlies. Wasn't the Grizzlies that put that smack down on the Thunder a couple of years ago? Maybe it's payback time. Maybe you put like 150 to 80 on them or something.
Yeah. I don't particularly remember the game, but yeah,
I know Thunder was on the receiving end of a thumper, right, where they just got beat I think they put double on it, maybe 140 to 70. It was just one of those most.
Hold on, was that the game with where the Memphis Grizzlies have like 155 points?
Yeah.
I do vaguely remember that game. Hold on.
That might have been that. I think it was the Thunder that was on the receiving end of that thumping, man. There may be some payback coming back here.
Listen, we're gonna find out right now.
Maybe it's time for some alternate lines here.
Hold on. That was December 2nd, 2021. A full 2 years ago. 152 to 79. Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah. That was before the Grizz. That was before the Thunder became ATS dollars for us. Just before that, because right after that, they started to turn the corner ATS wise, and they started covering for us and making us a lot of money later in that season.
They lost by 73, so there may be time for some alternate line. Maybe some alternate line here, Jovan.
Right. And the Thunder won by 15. Back in April. And they won another one by 6. Both of those covers by the Grizzlies, but one of those was 2-point favorites, and another one was 11-point underdogs. And how times have changed.
Oh, they have changed here. So this might be the time to play again against a Grizzlies team that is just in bad shape. Was the Thunder at home in that game, or were they on the road?
They were on the road.
Okay, on the road. Okay, so this may be payback time because their fans at home might watch it on TV. This might be the time to pay back after that 2 years ago. That one of the most embarrassing losses in recent time in the NBA.
Oh yeah. And I think I was on the Grizzlies in that game
too. Yeah, it was bad. A lot of the people in the chat room have a good memory of that game. And maybe alternate line. I think Thunder here get the roll here. I'm having second thoughts. Maybe that should have been a pre. But anyway, that's how it rolls. All right, Jovan here. Thunder 10.5 against the Grizzlies tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Pin for tonight's action. Of course, 11-game card here from the NBA. We do have some college hoops on the board as well. That NFL game between the Eagles and the Seahawks tonight. What do you have going over the side?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack going in the NBA. My Money Back Monday NBA 3-pack. Also have the NFL game, the Monday Night Football side and total. So if you want to check me out on that. Or, hop on something long term. 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Or maximum one of the other handicappers for the 2-for-1 capital emotional. It's all here at Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get it indeed, guys. Get up with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. You see the great results here from Jovan in the NBA. 814 units of profit. Good time to get on board with those long-term passes. Jovan was saying it's a great value there. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. You can also add multi-cappers, as Jovan was saying. Jovan is always doing great work here. NFL showing great profit as well. NBA. So get on board. Jovan, as always, great having you show. Have a great night. I know you're getting ready for hoops as we're getting ready to swing the new year. And, of course, I know you're looking forward to college basketball. Any teams really get your attention in college hoops this year?
Man, UConn, I rode them last year to the promised land. And, I'm still doing that. You know what I'm saying? So UConn's one of the favorites, that I like. A couple other teams, favorites, no, because I'm just all over the place with college. So there's a couple teams that once they get into the conference portion of the schedule, that I like. Some mid majors like, Bradley. Who's my other team from that conference? Missouri State. I'm big into the into the Missouri Valley Conference. You know what I mean? So that's one conference that I'm keyed in on. But the Big East, Marquette, I like Marquette. It's interesting to see what Ed Cooley's gonna do over in Georgetown. Doesn't really have his guys there, but he'll coach those kids up. You know what I mean? I took them over the weekend against Notre Dame. That was a cover.
Yeah.
So Providence. Saying they're still holding strong. Kim English over there. Holding down the fort. So there's a few teams that I'm eyeing that I've hit more than a couple times this year. But St. John's. I want to see what St. John's going to do under Rick Pitino. You know what I mean? So a lot of these teams is on really a wait and see basis. You know what I mean? See who comes out of this, comes out of this thing, standing strong in conference play. Because once you get into conference play, that's kind of my time.
Yeah.
We talked about it before.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm not a big fan of these USC and UCLA teams. I not like what I've seen from UCLA. UCLA this Cronin team looks like his old Cincinnati teams that can't shoot and defend. That's what they look like now.
And I kicked myself in the ass because I had two winners yesterday, Syracuse and Auburn, and Auburn, and I didn't pull the trigger on either one. I kind of talked myself out of both of them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's ready, and this you're a West Coast team traveling to the East Coast in Auburn in the jungle. You stand no chance. You know what I mean? But hey, I thought maybe the shenanigans were gonna be in order with Bronny James, on the court.
Yeah,
but it didn't happen like that.
Nope, that's right. All right, Jovan, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again later in the week, but also we look forward to your contributions there as well on the weekend shows.
Absolutely, but I'll be back on Friday. So before the weekend shows, I'll be here.
John will be here on the Friday show on the drive. All right, John, have a great night. We'll catch up with you again Friday.
Absolutely, have a great night, and see you on Friday.
See you on Friday. Jovan Burts here on the drive. Let's continue on the show, guys. And we miss a pick, we always recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Rod Zawacky seen down in the chat room, one of our contributors, Ramon's breaking. Looks like Rod. Geno Smith upgraded probable tonight.
Geno Smith probable tonight, eh?
Doesn't change, Rob. Doesn't move the needle.
Nah, because I think Seattle's just going to run the ball. I think both teams are going to run the ball. It's going to be a rainy, miserable night in Seattle, and it's just going to be one of those wet ones. The crowd's going to be going absolutely nuts, and I think both teams are run heavy in this one. You look at Swift. I think Swift runs the ball a lot for the Eagles, and on the other side, now they've got two with Seattle in the backfield. Don't forget about Charbonneau, who stepped up when Buddy was out. So you got two guys in the backfield that are since Walker was out. Since Walker the third was out, and now he's back. That Charbonneau guy's been pretty good. He's went over his rushing yards in 5 straight games. So you got a two-headed monster. I'm not too worried about Geno Smith. Even if
Is this the manager? Hand up,
Yeah.
hand up.
That's a dump pass.
Yeah. Nothing
Maybe the odd one
downfield.
he'll throw deep. The odd one, if somebody downfield.
You got
A little vanilla
Metcalf,
player
you got
do
Metcalf
that.
in those. You run, and then you're gonna take your shots in this type of game, right? When you run, especially in these weather conditions. But we're going in tonight here, Rod, with the Wild on the road here to face the Penguins. And we were joking here about the Wild earlier on, and some of these coaches going down. Another one went down tonight in Ottawa, so that's 3 over for the year. Penguins laid -120, total of 6.
And yeah, look at this Wild team since they did fire their coach. They've been rolling right along. Winners of 7 of their last 9 hockey games on a nice little winning streak here. And going against this Penguins team this Penguins team just got whooped by Toronto on the weekend, 7-0. They started Jerry in that one, and he gave up 4 goals, and then they put in Nedeljkovic, and he gave up 3 goals. So what are they going to do? They're going to start Nedeljkovic right from the start of this one. He got ripped by the Leafs in that one. You look head-to-head, the Penguins actually have owned the Wild 8-1 in the last 9 meetings. But you know what? This Wild team, as I said, rolling right along since the change of the new coach. And for me, the big difference is here. You look, Winners is in goal for the Wild is Gustafsson, and he's turned his season right around. He's won 6 out of his last 7 contests, and he hasn't given up more than 2 goals or in those last 7 contests that he's started. And he's getting the first start here in this one. I'm going to go with the Wild here. Penguins, you look at the Penguins at home, that's where they play their worst hockey. They're sub 500 at home this season, are these Penguins. I think the Wild in this one.
All right, we got Ron here in the Wild. Yeah, it looked like the same old Wild now. Looks like they're back on track when you see the goals allowed here. A lot of 0s, 2s, 1s, 2s, 1, 1, 1, 1. This has got what we're used to with the Wild.
Yeah, this is what, like I said, the start of the season, they always start with these overs, over, and then they just turn things around. This year it took a coaching change. Fire you out, you go, and then you come in, the new coach, and he's turned it right around, and this Wild team's back in their right direction, which is holding teams to unders. Penguins do the same thing last couple of games, and I would lean to an under here as well, but I like the Wild as the better play.
All right, well, we'll get the bonus in a second, Ron. Let everybody know what you have going over at Pick Dodge. About less than a little more than 5 minutes away from the action, top of the hour. Ron, a great year in college football for this year. You guys can verify these numbers over at Pick Dodge Premium. We're also in the profit zone here for college hoops. What do you have going over at the site?
Yeah, the college sports definitely been treating us good. Tonight I've got one NHL play, my 10-star play of the day on the ice. You can scoop that up. And then I've got my Monday Night Football 10-star executive info play. 2 plays available singly over at the site, or now's the time. Join me for the rest of this week. Loaded action this week. We got lots of bowl games, lots of college basketball, lots of NHL, lots of NBA. Join me as we head into Christmas. Big winner. It's going to be a big week. I love this action here. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. Grab a week pass and join me for the rest of this week. Get you right into Christmas. Right into those NBA games during the day. What do we got? 4, 5? 5 NBA games on Christmas during the day this year, I think. So
yeah,
definitely that'll get you right through those if you join me for the week pass and get through all those ones going Christmas Day.
That's right. Get on board with
5 games, 6 games.
That's right. Get on board with Rod Zawacky over at Pick Dogs Premium. See the great results from Rod. 497 units of private, all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save that 15% off. We'll get some bonus plays here. Just a minute from Rod. You know, my game starts top of the hour. I'll be on Oakland plus 16 here against Michigan State, top of the hour. All right, Rod, any other bonus you got for everybody?
Yeah, bonus in that hockey game. Take Matt Boldy to get an anytime goal. He always rips up the score sheet for the Wild. He's always in on the power play, so go with that one. Another one I like Noah Fant to get an anytime touchdown in the Monday Night Football game tonight. I've seen Fant plenty enough. He used to play in the CFL. He was a Saskatchewan Rough Rider before he got scooped up, and he's been playing. He's been over his yards, I believe, in 5 straight. So I think he does it again, but I think he gets into the end zone and gets one for us in that one. And then another one, Donovan Mitchell. You think he's going to rip it up tonight, have a big game? But you know what? Against Houston defensively hasn't given up a whole lot of points. And if you look, Donovan Mitchell under his point total, I believe it's sitting at 30.5 when I made this bet. I believe 9 of the last 10 Donovan Mitchell's bet, or 7 of the last 10 Donovan Mitchell's went under his point total. He's just not ripping it up as like he used to. take Donovan Mitchell under his point total tonight.
Yeah, there's some talk swirling around the league. Maybe there might be a move on Mitchell. We'll see how that rolls. I was shocked to hear that. Some of the whispers coming out there from Cleveland hasn't.
Right?
Yeah,
that's what I heard too. that he's like, I don't know if so I think he might be. He might not be too happy in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's interesting to note there. I was not expecting to hear those words coming out there from Cleveland. There's no doubt about that. All right, Rod. Anything, of course, we always like to look at early lines this week. Anything this week on college football that catch your attention line-wise? I know there's a lot going on with all these transfers and these third stringers coming in and rallying teams from 28 down. It's been wild so far.
And for me, the one that's it has been wild, right? With what's going on, we already seen one today that was wild. And you guys were talking about UTSA and Marshall, and Marshall's got a whole list of guys that are not going to be in for this game. And then UTSA has missed a few guys as well. The coach will stick around, but Marshall's got a list a mile long of guys that are going to be in. But it's no quarterback. It'll be a different quarterback. The running back might not even be in. They're missing some guys on defense. They're not going to be in. I would have to lay with UTSA tomorrow. No premium play. It's a tough. I couldn't get with that one. I couldn't get with anything today either. That was a tough game to get on. It was like, I was like, I can't do it. There's nothing premium about it today. It was, as we've seen, it's a crazy game. This one, it's like you look at it, and I think that's a lot of points to lay with UTSA, but they've got more guys that are sticking around and intact, and a lot of guys have jumped from the herd. They're out. It's like a lot of guys at the list. I'm going to say about 6 guys that have left from Marshall. Tough to be next man up, including the coach is gone even from Marshall. I think you got the offensive coordinator taking over for Marshall there, and that one. So yikes, that's a lot of moving parts that to change in the last couple of weeks for Marshall to try to keep up. I can't do it. I would lay it with UTSA as the lead there for tomorrow.
Yeah, it looks like Harris will be in the lineup here at last check here for UTSA. We'll talk more about that tomorrow. But of course, Harris is, senior. He's senior, so he's trying to get out. Maybe sometimes these seniors, he's somebody who you could probably peg a good outing here. He probably could get an invite to the Senior Bowl.
You right? So that's. He could have a great outing here for UTSA.
Yeah, that's something to keep an eye on because usually your guys that are pegged, like your Caleb Williams, all the guys like your Knicks, you won't see those guys in the Senior Bowl, but the next guys behind them, those are the guys that are jockeying for that Senior Bowl invite.
Correct, exactly right. Look at that the other one that's jumped out at me this week is the UNLV, man. Oh man, I just keep moving. We got it early. We got it way early than what it's at 12.5 now. Laying it, I just don't see it. I think Kansas just runs right over UNLV in that one.
They're good at that one. Yep.
It was like mass exodus. I don't even know who's left.
I couldn't believe the quarterback. I couldn't believe the quarterback transferred out of me. I was like, "What the heck?" Gonna hit the transfer portal. That surprised me. That's what got my attention. That day after Christmas,
huge, right?
Well, the day they got the draw to play day after. There's like 3 games day after Christmas there, so keep an eye there. All right, Rod. All right, we got the action there from Rod. We'll back tomorrow. Of course, tomorrow on the Tuesday show, we always get Rod's first look at the NFL line, so we'll have that coverage there with Rod tomorrow as well as more bonus. All right, Rod, have yourself a great night, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow. But, of course, we catch your NHL video series, and we see about an 11-game card tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. We got a lot of NHL videos, 11 games going, plus the 2-game parlay. Absolutely love that one. So definitely like, subscribe, so we get notified when those videos drop. And you get the best of the number with us over there with those hockey videos. And definitely lots of content. Check it all out over at Big Talks. So much action going on. Can't wait. I'm excited. Excited for this week. This is a big week of sports action, Tony.
Yes.
Massive.
All these, all the hoops and the NHL, and of course, they got to fit the NFL schedule around these holidays. We got the triple header Monday, so we got a lot going on here. So guys,
lots of sports action.
Lots of sports.
Love it. Lots of sports action. And we've been watching lots of these all season long, so I'm excited. I can't wait. This college hoops, March Madness is gonna be madness.
Yes.
Because when you guys are talking about college hoops teams, there's so many. It's like you can't just. How can you peg down just one? Yeah. Any one of these teams could have Purdue just beat
Arizona.
Purdue just beat Arizona. Arizona's still a solid team. Houston defensively is a solid team. Kansas can step up. Marquette can step up. Tennessee defensively can step up. Baylor, I don't know. That was a really ugly showing by Baylor.
UConn are trying to defend their title.
Really, yeah, and UConn trying to defend their title. Florida Atlantic still looks real good.
FAU, do they have another run in
They've
it?
also UConn. Yeah, because FAU have a nice run in. Colorado State defensively looks good. Clemson defensively look real good. There's a lot of teams this season. This March Madness, I'm excited. It's going to be a massive March Madness.
Yeah, it could be a really, really exciting that time here on looking at March Madness. Looking forward to it. That's been a good start to college hoops. All right, Rod, have a great night. Stay warm, and we'll catch up with you again here tomorrow on the drive-thru.
Definitely staying warm. It's going to be a brown Christmas here in where I'm partying. No snow here. No snow in the forecast either. Now, no snow in the forecast here, so it'll definitely be a brown Christmas. But still, I'll take it. I'm not complaining.
No.
It beats the minus 40.
Oh, yeah, remember last year? Oh, my goodness.
Oh my goodness, it was nuts last year. No, it was awful. I'm good.
Yeah, the Rod's good. We don't need any more. We don't need any frozen pipes or anything like that.
Oh,
the only frozen pipes you want are the ones that are in the behind goal. That's it.
Behind the goal, yeah, that's it. That's the frozen pipes you want this time of year, and that's all you want is them frozen pipes to keep that ice going for good, nice solid ice. That's what you want.
That's absolutely right here. I was just trying to see what we've got here. A lot of coverage there for the Rod. All right, Rod, have a great night. We'll catch up with you tomorrow.
Have yourself a good one, everybody. Good luck with your bets. Catch you guys all tomorrow.
All right, Rod here on the drive. You guys got my pick. We're going to get to the recap here in just a second. Basically, with the Oakland, we've seen what they've done on the road this year. They've been a solid underdog as well, getting the win against Xavier. So that's our play here on the Oakland and Golden Grizzlies here, taking the 16 in this one here against Michigan State. That'll be our play for you here on the show. 16 still Big Ten Network going to start. It's already underway. We gave it to you earlier in the show. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's go ahead and let's get to the recap for this evening. We got started off with Brian. Brian liked the Knicks +4 against the Lakers. David was on the Jets puck line, laid the puck in half, -1-2 against Canadians. Jay said Hornets +12.5 against Raptors. Brad on Clippers laying 3 against Pacers. Jovan Thunder laying the 10.5 against Grizzlies. Rod says Wild +10 against Penguins. I was on Oakland here +16 here against Michigan State. And the one I like the most here, let's see here where we're gonna go here with that Hornets game. Looks good with that, all those points, right? A lot of points there with Charlotte Hornets. The way you look at Toronto's defensive form, I'll go with piggyback with Jay there. Hornets +12.5. All right, that's going to do it here for the drive-through. Someone was asking about Embiid's status. Let me see what we can update here on Embiid here tonight as we're getting to the witching hour here in the NBA. Big 11-game card from the association tonight. And we are seeing here, let's see what we can confirm some of these starters here. We can confirm that Embiid is going to play. Embiid is in the lineup. Only Morris is out for Philadelphia. Craig Levine out for Chicago. We can verify that right now. So those are your updates on the injury side. Atlanta will be without Bogdanovich against Detroit. So Bogdanovich out tonight here against, of course, Johnson. We know has been out, but he will miss this game. Duran, Hayes, Morris, Stewart out for Detroit in that game. Lowry out, Clark out for Minnesota. Okay, we can now confirm that Edwards and McDaniels are in tonight for Minnesota. Clark is the only injury for Minnesota against Miami. That has been confirmed here. Let's see. We're still waiting on Dallas and Denver. There has not been no update there as yet. We still believe Gordon, Murray probable, Caldwell Pope questionable. And with Dallas, Lively, Kleber, Irving out, Green out, Holmes questionable. Doncic has now hit the injury report. Doncic hits the injury report as probable, and it's an illness, and it's a late one. Doncic did not feel well enough to practice in the shoot-around. He is expected to play now, they say, but he missed the shoot-around because of an illness. He does hit the injury report, but his probable state, they expect him to play through this. So that's the word here on Doncic here against in this night against Denver. So that's the late word here on Doncic, missing the shoot-around due to an illness, but expected to play as the latest report there in that game. And we're still waiting word here on the Lakers with their probables, and I think we can pretty much confirm everything else as we said for the earlier starts. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Make sure you guys tune again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We start to see the rain now falling in Seattle. We're getting some live coverage. The rain is now starting to fall in Seattle in their game against the Eagles. We're still about an hour and a half away from kickoff, but the rain has started there. That'll do it for this edition here of the Drive-Thru. Be sure to tune again tomorrow live here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring our cameras from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place, and of course, we'll do it all over again. Remember, it always gets started with that morning show. During the week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, you got Mitch, you got Jay, you got Chris. Remember Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Betting Tool Show. Also Mitch's roundtable discussion with the professionals. Of course, Jay with his rundown here, NBA as well as NFL. Stay tuned for the halftime show tonight. Halftime picks with Jay and Chris. Chris Ruffalo, NHL wraparound. Of course, we got Rod. Every game on the board, NHL pick, as well as the parlay on his NHL video series. You want to check that one out. Brad Francis with his parlay video. Of course, Brian, as well as his sharp betting picks as well on the video series. Always check out Romanelli college football and college basketball rundowns. We mentioned Jay's NBA and NFL rundown as well on the channel. We also have Mills with his UFC rundown and his prop videos. Nick Metcalf first half NBA picks for you from Nick Metcalf as well. Lots of content. Don't forget Costy's sharp trading plays, all access with Big Al McMorty. Lots and lots of video series here on the channel, guys. So make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when these videos drop, you get them right away. All right, that's going to do for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew tonight.